Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janardana Yashodanandana Braja Janardana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jai Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Namine Prabhupada Sahityam Yapakasha Vitiracha Pacharam Girman Sadhu Bhagavat Pate Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Janangana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamaya Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapalagamalam Shri Gurung Vaisnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishvari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad-Gita as it is, Chapter 5, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness, Text 20. Is that correct? Na prahṛṣyet priyaṁ prāpya nodvijet prāpya cāpriyam sthira-buddhir asammūḍho brahma-vid brahmaṇi sthitaḥ na prahṛṣyet priyaṁ prāpya nodvijet prāpya cāpriyam sthira-buddhir asammūḍho brahma-vid brahmaṇi sthitaḥ. Somebody else. Na prahṛṣyet priyaṁ prāpya nodvijet prāpya cāpriyam sthira-buddhir asammūḍho brahma-vid brahmaṇi sthitaḥ. Somebody else. Buddhi sthira-buddho Somebody else. Okay, word for word meaning? No, never prahṛṣyet, rejoice. Priyaṁ, the pleasant. Prāpya, achieving. No, does not. Udvijet, become agitated. Prāpya, obtaining. Cha, also. Apriyam, the unpleasant. Sthira-buddhir, self-intelligent. asammūḍha, unbewildered, brahma-vid, one who knows the Supreme perfectly, brahmaṇi, in the transcendence, sthitaḥ, situated. Purport. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant, nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the science of God, is already situated in transcendence. Everybody, please repeat after me. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant, nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, who knows the science of God, is already situated in transcendence. Purport. The symptoms of the self-realized person are given herein. The first symptom is that he is not illusioned by the false identification of the body with his true self. He knows perfectly well that he is not this body, but is the fragmental portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is therefore not joyful in achieving something, nor does he lament in losing anything which is related to his body. This steadiness of mind is called sthira-buddhir, or self-intelligence. He is therefore never bewildered by mistaking the gross body for the soul, nor does he accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. This knowledge elevates him to the station of knowing the complete science of the Absolute Truth, namely Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. He thus knows his constitutional position perfectly well, without falsely trying to become one with the Supreme in all respects. This is called Brahman realization, or self-realization. Such steady consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. Na prāpṛṣyet, priyaṁ prāpya, nodvijet, prāpya cāpriyam. Sthira-buddhir asammūḍho, brahma-vid, brahmaṇi sthitaḥ. So this is like a continuation from text 19. I don't think we need that loud. There's only a few devotees here. Symptoms of the self-realized person are given herein, as Srila Prabhupada says. What are these symptoms of a self-realized person? From text 19 also, it was mentioned, or even before that, who is a Krishna conscious person is clearly described from 18th. Having an equal vision. Having an equal vision, a great personality, those who are educated or have realized knowledge, because there are two. There is the Gyan and there is Vigyan. Gyan means knowledge and Vigyan means realized knowledge. So starting from text 18, a description of a person who has realized knowledge is mentioned, saying that he sees everyone in equal vision with the virtue of true knowledge. He sees equally everyone, a learned, a gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. Vidya binaya sampane brahmani gavayastini sunichaiva sapakecha pandita samadarshina. He sees everyone in equal vision because of the super soul within everyone's heart. He goes beyond the bodily platform. He does not distinguish, or you may say he doesn't, he's not prejudiced. The prejudice means he weighs some things more important than the other. A self-realized soul, he sees everyone very important. He sees everything as Krishna's arrangement or Krishna's supremacy. So, and then after that it says, those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. Brahman means spiritual platform. And then here further explains the symptoms of self-realized person. Prabhupada would use the word symptoms instead of signs. Symptoms is like when you go to a doctor and then doctor will ask, okay, so what are the symptoms? Is it pain here? Is it painful here? And then the doctor will be able to analyze the illness of the person and how that person can be treated accordingly. So Prabhupada will use symptoms instead of signs. It's the same. It's like signs and symptoms, but symptoms is a little bit more specific. So here it says that first of all, the symptom or the sign for that person to be a self-realized is that he does not distinguish between anyone, and ultimately the false identification of the body is not there. It's not present, which means that he knows perfectly well that he is not the body, that he is a spirit soul. Yes. It says here in the notes, the self-realized soul, he is being without desire or hatred. One's intelligence does not rejoice or lament. Now that is very difficult for one who is in the bodily platform to not to have without desire or hatred. Of course, Prabhupada says, self-realized soul is desireless. But it's not possible to be desireless as long as one is embodied in this material body. There's always going to be a desire. But Prabhupada gave the meaning of desireless means desiring only what Krishna's desire is, or what are the desires of a pure devotee is based from what Krishna wants him to do. That is desireless. It's not possible to have no desire as long as we are in this body. So the materialists, they're full of desires, so many desires, as many as there are species of life. One can have as many desires to be fulfilled. And to fulfill that desire, one will take up one of those 8,400,000 species of life to fulfill that desire. But a pure devotee or a self-realized person, no, he does not have any desire, nor hatred. Hatred means because if one's desire is not fulfilled, then one becomes angry. Or he will hate someone who he thinks are the obstacles for his desire to be fulfilled. So hatred will be there. No, because a self-realized person, he doesn't have any desires, then there is nothing to hate, no one to hate, no one to be angry for. And because his intelligence is there, he does not rejoice or lament. Na sochati, na kankshati. That's the Brahma-Buddha platform. Na sochati, na kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim lavati param. He does not lament for things that he lost. No lamentation. And no desires for things that he does not have. And therefore he is equiposed. He is perfectly balanced. This is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Another one here, it says, one remains sharp in intelligence. What does that mean? Very sharp in intelligence. He uses his intelligence accordingly, very sharp, knowingly that if the things that is going to have the consequences will be detrimental for one's spiritual growth or spiritual advancement, then he will not pursue. He knows how to control things the way Krishna wanted it to be. So with proper intelligence, he has to be sharp. And his intelligence is based from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. He remains sharp in intelligence. A self-realized soul, his intelligence is very sharp. He knows if it's going to be detrimental for his spiritual growth, then he will not pursue it. Therefore, he's able to control his mind, because intelligence is higher than the mind. If the mind is fixed in Krishna consciousness, then the senses also are automatically controlled. But to be fixed in Krishna consciousness, one's mind, the intelligence must be very sharp. Sharp means he knows what to do and he knows what not to do. Not based from his intelligence, but based from the knowledge given by the scriptures, given by the sages, and given by Lord Krishna himself. He perfectly knows that he is not this body, but is the fragmental portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's therefore not joyful in achieving something, nor does he lament in losing anything which is related to this body. This steadiness of the mind is called sthira-buddhir. Sthira, steady in his intelligence. Steadiness in his intelligence means also steadiness in one's mind. So he is not bewildered by any change. He knows the difference between the soul and the body, and he does not identify the body as the self. He is unbewildered, fixed in the self. He is not in illusion, no illusion of the false bodily designation. Mostly when we hear Prabhupada's classes, he always hammer down this truth that we're not this body, we're spirit souls. It's very difficult to get out of that bodily concept. Just keep on hammering again and again, you're not this body. You're not a Hindu, nor a Muslim, or a Christian. But we are eternal, living entities, pure in its original form. And our main duty is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Again and again. So, a self-realized soul, he does not accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. He does not accept the body as permanent. This is our main disease. We always identify with this body as the self. We put so much importance to the body instead of the soul. As Prabhupada would give an example, it's like if one has a bird and the bird has to be fed, but the person, he identifies more with the cage of the bird. The cage is golden color. So the person who will polish, makes sure that the gold cage is always shiny. But then the person forgot to feed the bird. So what happens is that, oh yeah, you may have a very nice cage, shiny, golden. But the bird died inside. So what is the use? It's useless, isn't it? So, yes, when one is steady, steadiness of the mind means sthira-buddhir. He neither rejoice nor lament for bodily relations or achievements. That is the first teachings of spiritual life. You're not this body, you're a spirit soul, and you are meant to serve the Supreme Enjoyer, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Master. This is the basic knowledge that one must acquire or realize. Without getting out of this bodily concept of life, then there is no such thing as a spiritual life. But how is it that still, after practicing Krishna consciousness, it's still very difficult to get out of the bodily concept? Still very difficult to get rid of this disease. It's due to our attachments towards the desire to enjoy the objects of the senses with our senses. Very difficult to give up. But it is possible. It is not impossible. It is very difficult, but it is possible to get rid of this disease if we continue the process of practicing this sadhana, bhakti, sadhana bhakti. You have to follow strictly the teachings as given to us by the spiritual master. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra without any offenses. Follow the four regulative principles. Serve the Vaishnavas. And perform our duties without expecting anything in return. This is the whole message of the Bhagavad-Gita. To perform your duty, but don't expect anything in return. The goal is just to please Krishna. And if Krishna reciprocates, if Krishna awards us His mercy, then we accept. But in spite of performing or trying to perform bhakti for many, many years and still Krishna seemingly not giving His full mercy upon us, we still continue. We still continue. It's like hope against hope that ultimately one day Lord Krishna will reward us His mercy. So, he is unbewildered. This is one of the symptoms of self-realized soul. Unbewildered. Bewildered means your mind is out of control. Bewildered means don't know what to do and what to do. Because of misidentifying with the body as the soul and not take the body, nor take the body as permanent, then he is always bewildered. Bewildered. That is the opposite of sthira-buddhir. Sthira-buddhir means fixed, steady. Bewildered means distorted, imbalance, not satisfied at all. That's bewildered. So, Brahman realization or self-realization, this is the result when one follows the process in toto. That means with full faith and determination. Then ultimately one will come to this Brahman realization or self-realization. And when one becomes steady, steady, then this is Krishna consciousness. There's no such thing as unsteady mind and being Krishna conscious at the same time. The mind has to be steady. The mind has to be fixed. Then, that is Krishna consciousness. Such steady consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. It's amazing, day after day we hear about this. And still we are unsteady. Still we are bewildered. It's amazing, huh? How difficult to be steady in Krishna consciousness. But again, because of the promise, Lord Krishna promised to Arjuna that you do not worry, I will protect you. Just give up all your so-called religious activities. Ultimately, Krishna will award us that steady mind, always thinking of Krishna and never forget Krishna. That's what you call steadiness. Always remembering Krishna. But here in Vrindavan, it's a little easier to do it. It's like you don't have to endeavor so much. But for devotees who live outside of the holy dham, many devotees, when they come to Vrindavan, they realize how chanting is a little easier here. How to remember Krishna is a little easier here. Practically, you forget all your problems. You left behind your problems from where you came from. So the whole idea is that to be like this, that even if you live Vrindavan and you go back to your place of residence or place of service, that you carry the same mood of how easy to practice Krishna consciousness. It takes time to realize this, but I just remember before, I always, whenever I come to Vrindavan, I always pray, oh, please give me the privilege to somehow stay in Vrindavan or come back again, at least, to experience the same mood of Vrindavan, the mood of service. So, please take advantage while you are here and absorb this mood of Vrindavan, the mood of service without envy. Usually, wherever I go, there is always problem with interpersonal relationship when it comes to doing service. Practically, that is like the most number one issues or problems in many of the places. But because of still one is in the bodily concept of life, one is still not able to get out of the bodily designation. But here in Vrindavan, practically there is no bodily designation at all. We don't see that, oh, this person has this type of body, or he came or she came from this country. We don't see it like that here. We don't see it like, oh, whose disciple is he? Whose disciple is he? But we don't put that much emphasis. All we do is try to serve cooperatively, enthusiastically. And in this way, we'll be able to serve Krishna peacefully, with satisfaction. So, this is the symptoms of a self-realized soul. And later on, also, text 21 continues some of the symptoms or signs. Okay, we stop here now. Any points? Any questions? Any question you may have, or any reflection? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Bo.
Nice lecture. Maharaji, how we can maintain the bhava of Vrindavan in our own places when we go out of Vrindavan?
Yes. To be in Vrindavan means to follow in the footsteps of the Brajabasis. Brajabasis, we mentioned this morning, Braj means to walk in the same path. Those who serve Lord Krishna without any ulterior motives, without any self-interest. So you try to carry that mood wherever you may end up going. If you are not able to reside in Vrindavan, you can be still a Brajavasi, even in Detroit. If you follow in the footsteps of those who are serving Lord Krishna wholeheartedly, you follow the path. You walk the same direction as those devotees. So always remember this. The Brajabasis means no envy. Only they want to serve Krishna. Even the animals, wild animals, they don't fight with each other in Vrindavan. No, there is no disagreement. In Vrindavan, there is no disagreement. Material world means disagreement. Yeah? Vrindavan mood means no, everyone agrees, yes, we have to serve Krishna to the best of our ability. And whoever has the best idea how to execute this, even if this idea will be coming from a junior devotee, we should accept. This is Vrindavan. Just imagine that. Remember that story of Govardhan Hill. The Brajavasis, they want to worship King Indra. Yes? But Lord Krishna, a mere 7-year-old boy, says, no, you don't have to. Krishna or Indra will shower rain. It's not because of your yagya. Krishna or Indra showers the rain even to the dry land, or to the wet land, to the wet area. So, yes, be always humble, respectful. This is the mood of Vrindavan. Be always respectful. So you carry this mood wherever you go. And don't see, if you see things which are improper, try to understand that they're still in the purifying process. You may think, don't compare yourself to others, first of all. Don't compare yourself. You are unique. In Krishna's eyes, we're all equal. But some are just more intimate with Lord Krishna. So whatever you can do, whatever you can share, whatever you absorb from here, you give to others. Share with others. Usually when we travel and they say, oh, Maharaj is from Vrindavan. Well, Vrindavan is everywhere. Wherever the Lord is being glorified, His name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes, that is Vrindavan. So you carry Vrindavan. You are carrying Vrindavan anyway, wherever you go. But we just don't have that realization. Because Krishna is within our heart. Not just the Paramatma. Paramatma, yes. But for a self-realized soul, pure devotee, he doesn't see Krishna as Paramatma within his heart. He sees Krishna as two-armed form, playing flute. You cannot give what you don't have. You can only give what you have. So whatever you can absorb, whatever you can grasp, whatever you can take here, the mood of Vrindavan, you bring it to wherever you may go. And you cannot be proud to do that. It will not manifest. Yeah. Hare Krishna, anything else? Any other points? Nitya Krishna Prabhu?
First of all, thank you for your second grade class. How best to take advantage of our time in Vrindavan?
How?
Best to take advantage of our time when we are here? What are things we can do to take most advantage
Oh,
of
yeah,
our
yeah,
precious
yeah.
time?
Well, the Shastra says when you go to a holy place, you should seek the sadhus and hear from them. And hear from them. That is more important than going to many, many holy places. That one should do also. Visit different lila stalis, places of pastimes of Lord Krishna and his eternal associates. But what is more important is that to hear from the sadhus. Of course, you have to be careful of whom you really hear from. Because in Vrindavan, there are so many so-called sadhus also. And to hear from them, instead of having one's heart become purified, one's material desires increases. So, yes, One should hear from a holy man when you come to the holy Dham. In this way, you'll get the most benefit. You cannot find Krishna by going around and looking, where are you? Krishna, where are you? You can only see Krishna by hearing from the right source. As this is what Prabhupada says, no need to get out of the four walls of Krishna Balaram Mandir. And don't listen outside kathas, because some of them are not really, they don't walk their talk. They're only good, some of them are good in katha, but then in their private life, they live a different way, a lifestyle. So, yes, it's like right now, there's so many things happening, it's being under the supervision of our founder Acharya. So many parikramas, you know. There's a Brajamandal parikrama, the Dinabandhu Prabhu goes out taking devotees, or here the classes here, Krishna Balaram Mandir. Our classes, for others, they say, oh, you're elementary. Huh? No. Actually, our classes are super. And because we also perform bhakti, we realize what the message are. Unlike others, they just want to hear, but they don't do in practical service. So it doesn't work like that. Yeah, there's so many kathas going on around, especially now in Vrindavan, Kartik time. Even non-Kartik time, but because they don't chant, they don't do practical service. Then it doesn't have that purifying effect. Instead, it becomes like sense enjoyment. So as much as possible, chant more, hear more, and if it's possible to do some service also, then that is the best way how to spend one's time in Vrindavan when they come. Yeah, do your sadhana nicely first of all. Take care of your health, and hear as much as possible from the bona fide representatives of our sampradaya, especially in ISKCON. Yeah. So that's the best possible way how to spend our precious time in Vrindavan. If you add all the devotees, like the expenses that they incurred coming here, it's a lot. It's hundreds and thousands of dollars. But the messages that you will hear and you will do or perform while being in Vrindavan is priceless. It's priceless. So take advantage of that. That's the best way. Anything else? Is that okay? Any other points? So we stop here. Thank you all for your kind listening. It's such a big place. It's not the same as conference. Conference hall is like more intimate, you know. But because everything is set up here, the whole program, so I think it's just in the month of Kartik it'll be like this. Because the morning Bhagavatam Hindi is here, then there is a lecture during the daytime, and then yeah, it's all set up here. That's why this should be here, not on the top, during the Gita class at least. Yeah? Maybe the Hindi, even in Hindi, that you know. Oh, yes. Yeah. Here is good. Over there it's too high. You know, like you go like this. Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitaya Go Sitanat Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.